Hello guys, I am Harpal Patel and today I am going to show you how can we implement a unicast communication model. So unicast is basically a one point to point communication, one to one communication. There is a server or a client. For example, a server can and client can communicate with each other without the interruption of any third party. So for this, we have like two codes for the server side code and client side code. So let's begin. Before beginning, I would like to say that for the implementation, we need a socket module and a time module. So for that, I have already installed a socket module and a time module, and the language that I'm using is a Python language, as you can see the screen. So let's begin. So for the server side code, having loaded the additional Python socket module, an internet streaming socket is created using a socket.socket class with the two parameters socket.afnet inet, as you can see, and a socket.sock_stream. As you can see, it will create TCP ICP socket. Next, for retrieving local hostname, we will use socket.getHostname. For getting fully quantified hostname, we will use getFQDN. And for the IP address, we will use getHostByName bracket local_hostname. Then we'll print all the details. After that, for binding the socket to the port, here I have used the port number as a 23456. So we can use any port number between 1024 to 65535. It's not compulsory to use this port. Next, we'll print the server address. Then we will bind the socket to the port using sock.bind function. Next, we have to listen for the incoming connections. It is in a server mode with one connection at a time. So for that, we will use a soak.listen code. Next, we will run a while loop in which we will wait for the connection. While the function is waiting for connection, it will show waiting for a connection. Then when a connection is established, it will show a connection from and show the client address. Then we will receive a data in a small chunks and we will print it. So before that, I would like to say, when a connection is established, the server side will accept the connection using the code soak.accept, and for receiving the data, it will use connection.recb bracket 64 used for, like as I have said, receive a data in a small chunks. So it's just partitions that we are using. So in a while loop, if and else is used for the data receiving, like until the data is received, we will print all the data, and when there is no more data left, we will quit the loop. So for quitting the loop, we will use break function, and after coming out of the while loop, we will have to disconnect. So for that, we will use a connection.close function for disconnecting from the connection that we have established. So this is server side code. Now let's see what's the code for the client side. So now we will have a look at the client side. The Python code is mostly similar as a server side. As you can see, we have import socket, import time. We have imported the two modules. Then we will create a TCP/IP socket, local host name, fully quantified host name, and IP address. But the only thing that changes here is, for binding with the port, we will use a connect function, sock.connect server address, and then we'll print all the details. After that, we will create a list named self data, in which I'll print the messages that client want to send to the server. Then in a for loop, all the data, all the messages has been sent using sock.sendAll function. And for sending a data, the time.sleep2 class has been used. Basically, it will wait for data to be sent after another. Like the one message has been sent, then it will wait for 2 seconds, and then the next message has been sent. So after sending all the messages, we will close the function using sock.close. So it's pretty small and a simple code. Thank you. Now we will see how we will run the code. For that, we will use two command prompts in Windows. Because actually I am using a server and a client both in a same computer. If we want, we will establish a connection using network between two different devices also. So let's see how can we do that. Okay, so you can see my full screen now. So for opening the command prompt, I'll write cmd and then open it. And again, so I have opened the two command prompts here. Let me decrease the size so that we can see both the command prompts. And okay, so let me first execute the server side. So for that, I have to go to the desktop first. In the desktop, I have saved the file named server, as you can see here. This is the file. So for running that file, I have to write a code, python 3 server.py. So after running the code, as we can see, all the information has been printed here. The port number, the IP address, and everything that we have seen, what it will print. So it is showing waiting for a connection, like after executing a listen command and running the while loop until the connection is established. It will wait for the connection and print waiting for a connection. So it is working correctly. So now let's come to the client side. For that also, I have to go to the desktop. Okay, so we are on a desktop. On desktop, I have also saved a file for a client named client.py. So for running that file, I have to use the code python 3 client.py. So as you can see, the connection has been established, and the server address has been written over here, and the data is started sending. And as you can see, a data, hello, I am Harpal Patel, I am from Gujarat, etc. Like all the messages has been sent. And the one thing that you have noticed is, after the hello has been sent, the the client is waiting for 2 seconds, and then it will send hello, I am Harpal Patel, and then for 2 seconds after that it is sending I am from Gujarat. And so the time dot sleep class that we have used is working here, and all the data has been sent. And on the server side, as we can see, all the data has been received, like hello, I am Harpal Patel, I am from Gujarat, and everything. So after receiving the data, we can see that we have used an if and else loop, where if the no more data has been found, then we will have to quit the loop. So no more data is printed over here, and we have quit the loop. And again, in a while loop, it is again waiting for the connection. So this is how we can establish a connection between server and a client. It is a one-to-one connection and a unicast model, we can say. So this is all about it. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks.